Hello members of Tambol Math class. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to find whether a function is continuous or not at a given point. So we have three problems here. I believe by the end of this tutorial, you should be able to understand what this continuity means. So we are asked to discuss the continuity of the following functions, 1, 2, 3. Let's start with the first one. And before then, I think it is important to explain to you what a continuity means. So if we have a function f of x, if this function is continuous, maybe at a point where x is equal to e, then these three conditions must be satisfied. E, let me even write it here, then E. F of E must be defined. F of A is defined. What does it mean? It means if you take A, you plug it into that function, you must get a value. Yes, you must get a value. And the second thing you should know is the limit of that function at that particular point must exist. So the limit as x approaches E of that same function must exist. Yes. And lastly, you should know that this f of A, which is defined, must be equal to the limit as x approaches that value A of the same function. Yes. So for you to determine whether a function is continuous or not at a given point, you have to carry out these three tests. And once it fails one of these three, then it's not continuous at that point. You should know this. Before we even go back to the main problems, let me explain to you graphically. For example, if I have a graph of 1 divided by x, this is how it looks like. Something like this, right? So this is a function 1 divided by x. So if you pay close attention, talking about maybe if x is equal to 0, can you see that if you plug in 0 into the function, it is undefined. So this function is not continuous at a point where x is equal to 0. And if you talk about the limit, as you approach 0 from the left hand side, can you see that the graph deflected towards negative infinity? And if you approach 0 from the right hand side, the graph deflected towards positive infinity, which implies that the limit does not exist. Because for a limit to exist, both the left hand side and the right hand side's limits must be equal, right? So it fails the second one. And the third one, f of A equal to the limit. No, the limit doesn't exist. And plugging the value into the function is undefined. So entirely the function is not continuous at that point. And what do we call this type of discontinuity? Infinite. Infinite discontinuity. Let me just write it as disc. And another discontinuity, maybe you have a graph like this. And let me draw a graph, maybe something like this. Can you see we have a hole? So at this point, maybe where x is equal to A, the function is not continuous. Yes. And what do we call this type of discontinuity? Removable. Removable discontinuity. And we may have another discontinuity like this, which we call the jump discontinuity. For instance, you have a graph like this. Like this. You have a hole here and a closed ball here. So this type of discontinuity is called what? Jump discontinuity. These are the three discontinuities you should know. So let's go back to our main problem. Let me copy the first one to check. So this is our first function, f of x equal to 1 divided by x minus 3. we would like to check whether it is continuous at x equal to 3. So let's check the first item here is to find out whether f of 3 is defined. This is equal to 1 divided by x is 3, so we have 3 minus 3, which is 1 divided by 0, and you know that this is undefined. So it fails. We don't even have to waste our time checking for the limit, because the limit as x approaches 3 of this function 1 divided by x minus 3 does not exist. Do you want me to prove it? You can even look at it graphically. Let me show you the graph. Okay, let me do it here. Assuming this is 3, you're going to have a vertical asymptote at this point. So the graph will look like this. It is similar to the graph of 1 divided by x. The only difference is that there's a transformation here, which is a horizontal shift of 3 units to the right. So can you see that if you approach 3 from the left hand side, it is going to deflect towards negative infinity, which means that the limit is negative infinity. And if you approach the same 3 from the right hand side, it is going to deflect towards positive infinity, and the two limits are not the same, and hence the limit does not exist. And finally, you can see that f of 3 is not equal to the limit as x approaches 3 of the same function. Therefore, the function, which is 1 divided by x minus 3, is not continuous. It's not continuous. Because it has to be specific, because it could be continuous in at other points, but at x equal to 3, it is not. Let's go to the second question. And the second question, you can see it is a piecewise function. Yeah, a piecewise function, in the sense that the function could be this one or this one, depending on the condition here. So let's copy this. All right, so let's check whether f of x is defined. So the first thing we are going to check here is f of 2. So we have x squared and we have 2x. Where should we plug in our value of 2? Remember, x can be equal to 2 here. This is why it is less than or equal to 2, but it is strictly bigger than 2 here. So you have to plug in 2 in that function where x can be equal to 2. So we have to use this one. So this is equal to what? 2 squared, which is equal to 4. And this is defined. Yes, because this is a number. Then we go for the limit. The limit as x approaches 2 of that same function. But remember, we have to check for left hand side and right hand side limits. They must be equal. So let's try the first one, which is x approaching 2 from the left hand side. So if x approaches 2 from the left hand side, let me even show you. If you have a number line here, and this is 0, 1, 2, we have 3, we have 4 somewhere here. Our main goal is what? To approach 2. So if you approach 2 from the left hand side, can you see that all these values to the left hand side of 2 are less than 2? So you have to consider x less than 2. Then you go back to your piecewise function to see where x is less than 2. Here, definitely. So you have to use x squared. So we have to use x squared here, which is equal to, you plug in 2, you have 2 squared equal to 4. Then you check for the limit as x approaches 2, this time around from the right hand side. So if you come back to this number line, if you want to approach 2 from the right hand side, can you see that all these numbers are bigger than 2? So you have to consider x bigger than 2. Let's go back and see where x is bigger than 2, exactly here. So you have to use 2x. Right, so I'm done with the number line. Let me take it down. So we have to use 2x. And if you plug in 2, you have 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. Can you see that the left hand side limit and the right hand side limits are equal, which means that the limit exists. Therefore, the limit as x approaches 2 of that function is equal to 4. Then the third condition is to verify whether f of 2 is equal to the limit as x approaches 2 of the same function. Yes, we have said that f of 2 from the beginning it is equal to 4, right? And the limit is also equal to 4. So because they are equal, we conclude that therefore the function, let me even write f of x, is continuous at x equal to 2. Yes, we are done. Now let's move to the last question here, which is also a piecewise function. Yep, let me copy that. All right, the first thing we need to check is f of 0. F of 0, where should we plug in 0? Look at the three conditions, because this function, I'm supposed to write it like this. Let me make a correction. It's supposed to be f of x equals this. So this is where x is equal to 0 and the function there is constant. So just write it. Well, had it been it contained other variables, you have to substitute that variable x with 0. So this is just 3. Then next you have to verify whether the limit exists as x approaches 0 of the function. But it has to both approach left and right hand side. So the limit as x approaches 0 from the left hand side, which means what, x is less than 0. So you have to consider where x is less than 0. This is where x is less than 0. So if x is less than 0, we have to use this one, which is sine of 3x divided by x. So we have sine of 3x divided by x. Oh, if you could remember from squeeze theorem, it stated that the limit as x approaches 0, or let me say recall, as the limit approaches, as x approaches 0 of sine of something divided by the same thing must forever equal to 1. So the only problem here, you can see that this is 3x, but this is just x. But no problem. We can multiply the top and the bottom by 3 to make a compensation. So this is equivalent to the limit as x approaches 0 from the left of sine of 3x divided by 3x. So can you see I have multiplied the bottom by 3, multiply the top by 3 as well. So this is what we have. Remember, this is just a constant which you can bring at the back of your limit to multiply at the end. So the whole of this will be equal to 1, and 1 times 3 is equal to 3. So the left hand side limit is equal to 3. Let's find the right hand side limit. The limit as x approaches 0 from the right. If it approaches 0 from the right, all the values must be bigger than 0. That is x greater than 0. So let's go to our function and see where x is bigger than 0, exactly here. So we have to consider this function, which is x squared plus 3. So we have to use x squared plus 3. And this is quadratic, which is polynomial. You can always plug in your value directly. So this is equal to 0 squared plus 3, which is equal to 3, right? So you can see that the left-hand side limit is 3 and the right-hand side limit is 3, which implies that the general limit as x approaches 0 of that function is just equal to 3 because it exists. Then finally, we have to check whether f of 0 is equal to the limit as x approaches 0 of the function. Yes, they are equal because we have realized that f of 0 is 3 and the limit is also 3, and hence f of x is continuous at x equal to 0. Yes. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues. Bye-bye.